Bonsoir les amis, this is Llyane Stanfield and you can find me at parisianfrench.com. Do you know how to make a sentence in French? Does it come easily? Is it natural? Is it organic? Do you have to stop and think? Well, today you'll have the answer. I was talking in the webinar about the 4 steps to French fluency. I'm going to remind them to you today. Yesterday, I talked about the first step, which is pronunciation. Today, we're going to talk about phrase construction, tomorrow vocabulary, and then the day after tomorrow, verbs. And so, I'm going to make it a little shorter, but if you want a more in-depth video explanation about what I'm going to talk today, just go to the group facebook.com/groups/J'Ouellette. That is the Parisian French conversationalist Facebook group. So that's where I have in-depth a lot of stuff that can help you with the phrase construction. What I really want to emphasize here is that phrase construction is the one and only focus that you should have, period, end of sentence. Once you decide to learn French, whether you are from zero or you have been trying for like ever and things didn't work out and now you feel like you need a mindset shift, this is your mindset shift. So get 10 words. If you're like from absolute zero, get 10 words and then 3 verbs, three verbs, that's all. And then start making conversation. As you make conversation, the focus shouldn't be, because when we dance, we are, we say dance, I'm focusing on, okay, so how do I look from the back? Or how do am I in sync with my partner? Or how close am I keeping myself from my partner? There's always a certain focus in our, not subconscious, is there in the conscious, is always in intention. That's what I mean to say. Your intention, right? Because you can say hello with the intention to be welcoming and hello with an intention to start a fight, right? That's what I'm talking about. So when you make conversation, speak, use the words that are coming to you, but the intention is to make correct phrase construction. That is what will keep you always and always in consistent progress. That is a guarantee for me. You don't focus on words. The words, as you speak, hopefully you're gonna get comfortable with using simple words, because I talk about that all the time. But then once you get there, then look for a new word as it's absolutely necessary, as it's a key word that without that word, the sentence doesn't make any sense and you can tell the story, okay? And so how do you find a word? Dictionary. How do you find a verb? Verb conjugator, right? That's easy. That's why I'm saying do not focus on words, and every Anglophone on earth focuses on that because it's a conditioning from the English language. English language focuses on words. The words create context, not in French. Talked about that, and I will some more in a different way so that you kind of get it. All right, so phrase construction is the most important thing that you should ever focus on. So there are 3 things to focus on in the phrase construction that takes care of your conversation. The first one is genders. Why am I talking about genders? Because genders really should be talked about. Okay, there we go. I'm so sorry. So genders should be focused on when we're talking about vocabulary, right? Yes, partly, but really the genders are changing the phrase. So when you have to take care always of the agreement with the subject or whatever words you have in the sentence. So I'm going to give you an example. La fleur a été prise par maman. La fleur a été prise par maman. The flower was picked by or taken by mom. So le livre a été pris par maman. You see, the book was taken by mom. So if it's feminine, changes not only the writing, but which many people may not care about, but it changes the way you pronounce. And if you don't make the agreement, a French native not expecting the lack of that agreement will not understand. So you don't want that to happen. The second step, this is another step, the second element in the phrase construction are the linking words. And there are tons of linking words, and I'm going to give them, no, it's a long list, too long. And so because it's a too long list for this page, what I would like you to do, if you want the list of the linking words, please go to the pronunciation conversation Facebook group. The link is in the description of this video. Go there and you'll get all the linking words. What I want to tell you though is that the linking words can have completely different meanings in different contexts, the same word. So I'm going to give you an example. Je dîne vers 1h. I have dinner around 1 o'clock. Or il vient vers moi. He comes towards me. You see, so they can mean different things in different contexts. That's French for you. And the third elements of the phrase construction that you should focus on are the verbs that use prepositions. And I do have a complete list of the verbs, all verbs that use prepositions. And so for instance, avec, and I give all the verbs that use avec, pour, all the verbs that use pour, de, all the verbs that use de. So I'm going to give you a few examples of prepositions that are used with verbs. À, de, pour, afin, afin de, au lieu de, avant de, I said pour, sans, okay? Those are some of them, those are not all of them for sure. But what I want to give you though is the list of the verbs that do not use prepositions. Oh, yay! Aimer, aller, compter, dessiner, désirer, détester, devoir, espérer, falloir, pouvoir, préférer, savoir, oops, I'm scrolling down, venir and vouloir. There are more, but those are more important because are irregular and we never know how to use them. So, yep, that's all I have for you. The transcript of this video, all the French parts, is in the group. Please go there and I'll see you there. And I want to remind you, stay on your game and don't ever give up on your dream to become bilingual. Learn to speak Parisian French and break your language barrier. Merci beaucoup et à demain. Au revoir.